Last year, I accidentally became a Vintage Coach reseller, and now I sell 300 to 400 bags every single month. For those of you that don't know, I started reselling Vintage Coach because my sister started a flea market, and I wanted to do a booth at her market to support her. I've always been a true Vintage Coach girly. I feel like true Vintage Coach is for girls who are not purse girls. It may surprise a lot of you, but I'm actually not a purse girl. I have a pretty small purse collection, and it consists of mostly like true vintage Coach, more rare pieces. A lot of them I don't even use very often. I've always liked true vintage Coach, but honestly I haven't known a ton about it. And then in October of 2025, I started doing the market. I brought a few of my personal Coach pieces to sell because I needed something to put in the booth. And I was shocked when every single purse that I brought sold. And then after that, I decided, okay, this is something people are excited about. Let's do it. A lot of you know that part of the story, but I get a lot of questions of like, oh, how do you have this like wealth of knowledge about Coach? And the honest answer to that question is I actually didn't know that much about Coach until I delved into reselling. It helped that my mom had been a collector and had been part of the Coachy community for years. And so essentially she said, this is what I know, and this is where you can go to learn more. I learned from her where I could go to get bags authenticated, who I could talk to about, more rare vintage bags. My brain leans neurodivergent. I tend to get really hyper fixated on stuff and I obsess, and I just can't put something down once I start it. Sometimes I say that my passion is actually obsession. Like, of course I love vintage Coach, but my brain loves the feeling of being obsessed with something. Like, I like something that I can fixate on and spin my wheels about. So after everybody went bananas when I brought these Coach bags to the market, I said, I'm gonna really send it and like spin my wheels on this. And so most of my knowledge actually has come over the last 6 months. In my offline life, I'm actually a physician assistant. And I think one of the key tenets to being a good PA is knowing what you know and knowing what you don't. And I think that has served me well as a Coach reseller because I know what I know. I know what I'm right about. And I also know what I don't know. I know when I need to phone a friend. I know when I need to call for help. I know that I'm not gonna be able to authenticate all these bags on my own. And so by knowing what I know and then being willing to ask for help when I need it, I think it's just made my pool very deep. The knowledge that I have about Coach is a drop in the bucket compared to some of these people that have been in the community for decades. There are people that are just a wealth of knowledge. It's really remarkable. And the cool thing about the Coach community is those people are so passionate about what they do. They want to share with you. I feel like the Coach community embraces people who are also excited about Coach. I've only had good experiences with people. That's really it. It was just me being really excited about something because I saw you guys be excited about something, and then taking my neurodivergent brain and saying like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna send it and I'm gonna see what happens. And here we are 6 months later. I started with 0 followers. I literally made a TikTok and learned how to use TikTok so I could post about what I was doing with the market. And now I have, more than 7,000 of you guys following along. It's been fun to learn so much about Coach. I like to learn. It's always been a big part of who I am, and I also like to teach. I think being out of school, I was in school for many, many years to become a PA, and so being out of school, like I miss that. Like I miss learning, I miss teaching other people what I've learned. And so I just feel like this entire endeavor really scratches an itch inside of my brain that keeps me coming back for more and more and wanting to keep growing and keep learning so that I can keep teaching you guys.